What's up guys, TheMerryGamer here, and welcome to the brand new season of Prison Architect. And as you can see, I'm at the screen where we get to create our new prison. We're going to sell our prison, and at the moment it looks like we're going to get about just over $3 million. And I was going to do all this off camera, but then I thought I'll show some of this stuff on camera for you guys, to let you guys have a little look at it, and we go from there. So we have a bit of a choice here. We can either do a male or female prison. I didn't realize the game does this, so you kind of could do like some sort of like Orange is the New Black sort of scenario with this game now. I'm going to keep to the male one, but I'm really intrigued by the female one. It might mean that we might do another season eventually where we do female prisoners, I think. I think that could be a good little twist on the series. And then we get to choose our warden now. Warden is so we got the standard one that I think we've always picked. So this guy is the most balanced individual on the planet. On the planet. He does his job and nothing else. Please just call him the warden. Then we've got the lobbyist. I think we've seen these before, and we only just picked the warden last time. But then this guy has friends in high places and makes sure the more easily controlled prisoners end up coming his way. Ooh, okay. Halves the likelihood of receiving prisoners who are violent, lethal, volatile, deadly, or fighters. That would be kind of good. It would make the prison a bit easier. It would mean gangs are lower in control. Then we've got Rita. Ruthless and terrifying, Rita has a reputation for running her facilities through judicial application of fear. Rumors of her carrying a whip may be exaggerated. Halves likelihood of prisoners being docile and fearless. Prisoners are suppressed twice as quickly. I don't know if I like the idea that they're suppressed twice as quickly. Let's go J.W. Periwinkle, I think. Warden Periwinkle says he was a sapper in the war. He never says which war specifically, but he certainly knows everything about digging tunnels. Guard dogs have a 50% chance of fully uncovering any tunnel they detect. That's actually kind of good. The pacifier has an unusual talent for being able to calm even the most violent individuals. Even being in the same room as him is enough to make people docile and complain. Reduce the overall temperature of your prison, making your inmates less likely to cause trouble. Okay. It's not too bad. And then we got this woman here. How do you say that name? Safara Aknova? Safara Aknova, I guess, has a spotless reputation and a squeaky clean record, but behind those scenes, shady deals and under-the-table offerings are nothing uncommon from her. Gets a small cut off the resale value of each piece of contraband found. Prisoners found with contraband will be fined directly from their savings. Ooh, okay. This is hard to pick. I kind of like him because it means, but I kind of like the gang aspect of this game, and I don't really want to dumb it down in a way. He's guard tunnels. She's just a badass. She could be kind of cool. He kind of reminds me of the Weasel guy that, like, them two kind of remind me of the ones for Orange is the New Black. Reduces temperature. That would be kind of good. Reduces the temperature of your prison. Makes your inmates less likely to cause the overall temperature of your prison. Is that only in the heat, I guess? I like the idea of that with the guard dogs. That's really good because I always get the guard dogs telling me where the tunnels are sometimes in the courtyard, and they just put the flag, but this has a 50% chance of actually uncovering any tunnels they detect. So I actually might go J.W. Periwinkle. So, we're going to go with a lot size of large, because why the hell not? This time I'm actually going to turn Fog of War off. We've always played with Fog of War on. I'm actually going to turn it off for this time, so we're not going to lose the visibility of our prison. I actually would like to see all our prisons, so we're going to generate forest. We're not going to generate lakes or buildings. It still says warning experimental, so that obviously must be still testing that. Then we got failure conditions, an extra challenge, you'll be sacked. It'll be game over if you let things get too bad, riots, bankruptcy, too many deaths or escapes. Gangs, yes, we do want gangs. We do want events. I do want weather and temperature. We're not going to have unlimited funds. enable tools and cheats. In this prison, selecting this cannot be sound achievements are not awarded, and you will not be able to sell this prison. So we're not going to do that because that means it will screw us over, and we don't want to cheat. So, and then yep, we got our funds. That'll be our starting funds. So I feel like that is a good start. So let's hit play. We're creating our new prison with our new warden, J.W. Periwinkle. So let's go. Let's play, and let's start with a new prison. This is going to load in, and then we're going to need to get going with planning our prison. So what I probably will do is I might actually end up pausing this for a moment, and I might get going with planning around the prison, getting like how I want it to look, and we'll go from there. So I'm going to take a little cut here, guys, and I'll see you guys in a quick second. Okie dokie, guys, welcome back to Prison Architect. So unfortunately, this is going to be a bit different. I actually haven't had to do this before. So when I was recording, I've actually already recorded this bit that you're seeing now. All this gameplay that you're going to see up until the rest of the episode has all been recorded. And I recorded it, but my audio wasn't on. So I had a webcam going, and pretty much it didn't pick up any of the audio. I hope it's picking it up now. I haven't really tested it again to see, so we're just going to wing it and hope for the best. But as you can see, we've gone ahead and done a whole bunch of the planning, which is really good. I'm really happy the way it worked out. We're kind of going for a really aesthetic feel this season, and as you see, we kind of got, like, I'm trying to remember what I'm saying during the past, because it's weird, because I haven't really had to do this before, because it's like kind of like, it's not live audio for this bit now. But yeah, pretty much what I think I know what I was talking about here. As you can see, like, we've done like pathways and roads and that, and I'm trying to make it look really aesthetic, pleasing, and that, and we've got all these different buildings and that, and we've got all these ideas that I'm pretty much winging out to you guys. So this the front entrance bit that you can see, like the top half, that's kind of going to be like where security and all that sort of bit is. That bottom bit there, off that center road, that's where our storage and our like holding cell and that center bit that I'm pointing to at the moment, that was the big canteen and kitchen. So this season what I'm doing is that we're going to actually do one big canteen and kitchen for the area, instead of all these little ones. I felt like that caused a lot of issues last season just with the flow of the prison. So I'm pretty happy with that, and as I say, I'm talking about here with like security up there. Those things there that I'm pointing to there now actually are going to be the generators, and the way the prison's going to be planned out as well is that down there we're going to have some like the I guess like lawyer and ward and all that sort of stuff. The cells are going to spread out that way. In the center, we're going to fill more in general. So as you can see, I'm pointing with my cursor going up and down, saying that's where we're going to pretty much plan. I don't even know how my audio is going to line up with this. It's probably going to sound all over the place. It's going to be a really weird first episode. It's a bit of a shame that the audio kind of happened like that. But pretty much in this episode, what we're going to do is we're going to start building a whole bunch of our foundation. So what I want to do is I actually don't want to do concrete anymore. I want to do brick. So we always do concrete. Concrete kind of looks a bit dead. Last season, how we kind of did that weird thing where we accidentally used brick in one of the buildings, but I still left it. I actually didn't mind the look of the brick. I felt like brick kind of looked a bit cooler. So we're going to try and do the whole prison brick this season, and we're still going to do like aesthetically pleasing floors and that, instead of just doing the standard concrete floors. So I might put like actually wooden floorboards and that everywhere and such. But yeah, pretty much most of this episode is just us planning it. We don't get it all done. I'm going to do the rest of it off camera, obviously, and then we'll come back next episode and do that sort of stuff. But yeah, so hopefully this will be a more perfect prison layout than what we had last season, because last season it was good, but unfortunately, since the game was always updating around us, we pretty much want to change it so it's more up to date. And at the moment we've got a shit ton of money, so we don't have to really worry about it. Worry about time as well. Time's not too bad of an issue. Like, we've got 3 million, like we've got a few seasons behind us, which is great. Because since we had a few seasons behind us, we have a shit ton of money. So it's kind of like almost having infinite money at the start, which is okay. But yeah, so the whole point of this season is that I want to make this prison more realistic, so, and more a more accurate layout just for the flow of the game. So really, this season is going to be our perfect prison layout and such. And what I will do as well is, I noticed, I remember saying this, we're going to turn off auto lighting this season, because it's a bit annoying when it comes to copying, pasting areas and such. I want to put the lights where I want to. I know it's really, it's a good feature, but it's not my favorite feature at the moment, so we're going to turn off auto lighting. But as well as that is, with the planning, above, as you can see, we've kind of got like 2 generators kind of laid out. I'm not sure if that's where I'm going to put the 2 generators. I know one will go there. It might be just a generator and a water tank. But we need to plan boilers and boiler rooms, and I haven't really planned boiler rooms in this main building, so that's going to be a hard thing. I'm kind of like, even though this plan is good, I noticed even after I did the plan, I was like, I still didn't really plan for boilers. And so I really don't care if majority of these places are colder, I guess, because it's mainly the main building. It's my staff. They're not the ones that are going to complain. It's more the prisoners. That's what the whole complaint system is for. So when it comes to that, so when it comes to around the canteen, I'm going to have to obviously figure out a way of getting boilers and everything into those, and into these pathways down into the bottom, like around this center square that we have. The kitchen obviously is going to be nice and warm. That's full of that. This area up here is going to be warm because we're going to have the generators. But we're going to have a bit of an issue for heat, so I'm going to have to pay attention to that. What does help with warmth is making sure that prisoners have warm showers, so that might be a way of counterbalancing the whole warmth cold thing. Is the fact that if there is if we don't have enough room for too many like radiators and boilers, we can end up compensating by making it so everyone has hot showers, which actually could work really well to our favor. So I'm hoping that could be something that we do. But as you can see, we've got a huge amount of area to build with, and what I remember what I'm talking about here, how I'm pointing off to the other side now, is that what I want is that this side here, the main building that we're building now, this is going to be our main part of the prison. We're going to start with Supermax, so Supermax security, or max security, whatever it is, and we're going to have a mix of max and Supermax and death row on this side of the prison. Then on the other side of the road, that will be our medium and low security prison as well. So they're the ones that are going to mingle and mix as pretty much, and it's going to be a big prison. It's not going to be small. My plan is that I would like to probably have close to 200 of max security, probably another 200 of Supermax, and then 100 of death row, even though death row is very very rare. And then do the same with the other side, probably have like 200, 250 of each, probably maybe 300 or 400 medium security, and probably only like 100 or 200 low security. So yeah, like I plan to make this prison about 1,000 capacity is the idea. I don't know how the game's going to run when we get up to that big. I'm hoping that it will still run smoothly. So before we move on to the other side of the road, of the fence, pretty much, we're going to make sure this side of the prison is 100% done this time. So, because what we kind of did last season is that we kind of got overworking with medium security, so then we jumped to low security, which was on the other side of the road. Then we had to jump back and do high security, then Supermax and death row, and I felt like the structure of the entire series of jumping between them all kind of got lost, because we're jumping between kind of multiple projects in a way. So this season I want to keep focused on each project. So this is the project that we're going to focus on now, and we're going to get this planned down and done and whatsoever. So pretty much all this episode is that I keep on doing more building. We don't obviously get to get most of this built or such. So what I might do is I actually could almost end the episode a bit early and such. Like, we still probably got another 5 minutes of recording time, I think, or so. But we pretty much build this room and the bit below it and the corridor linking to it, and then that's pretty much it. Because I kind of ran out of time. We hit my limit. So, but yeah, like I'm hoping by end of next episode all this stuff, this building can be done. So then we can move on. Then the next episode, I don't know if we'll get prisoners in too early. I would actually like the prison to be perfectly laid out before we can get the prisoners in. We got a lot of money, so that's our advantage, is that we don't have to have prisoners for quite some time. But the issue is, the more we build and the bigger prison we get, the more money we're going to start spending to run the prison. It's kind of good at the moment because we don't have any power or anything like that. We've just got wages for these guys, and that's probably what I'll keep for a while. But yeah, we got the issue of starting getting into negatives, and we don't want to lose our money too quickly because we got 3 million, so we want to take advantage of 3 million. I reckon 3 million can definitely build this entire half of the prison that we need. Considering on size, I still need to buy a few plots. I probably need to buy land going on all 3 directions of this side of the road. And then all the building, then we still got staff hiring, and then we still got objects and everything to fill. So we've got still plenty of time, plenty of stuff to do. Not really time, but yeah, we've still got plenty of stuff to do to get this prison ready before we can start intake. I would like to get intake straight away, but I reckon it would be wise to hold off bringing intake. That we can, like, since we have this side of the building kind of just getting built now, it'd be good to pretty much because those bottom 2 rooms that you can see that we haven't placed the rooms for yet, but they're pretty much our reception and our holding cell, so they're good. Then eventually we'll actually change that, and we won't actually probably have the holding cell and the reception there, because really, we might have the reception, but I might make a really small reception, considering to that size there, and rearrange that room anyway in the future. But anyway, the idea is that we want to have this prison perfectly laid out before we fill it, and that means that we can just get a huge amount of prisoners in at one time, which can help us a lot. So I think I'm going to call the episode here, guys. And by next episode, I'll have all this built, all the foundations built and that, and I'll have all the rooms planned out, and we'll start filling the rooms next episode. So as usual, guys, thank you all for watching. Hope you have an awesome day, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. So see you later, guys.